Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 18. We're going to be doing a little bit of ranked PvP with the old Sejuani Teemo. And so, yeah, this is, kind of a classic idea. The Sejuani Teemo used to have to be P and Z, right, if you're wanting to play the Teemos before he was added into Bandle City. But of course, the idea with this is we want to be dealing the damage to our opponent's Nexus to get the Sejuani to level up. The puff caps count, and the puff caps also give us a way to deal damage to our opponent on our opponent's turn. And so this isn't, kind of like the all-in style puff cap deck that these used to have to be, since there's so much more just like damage-based cards now, right? We're going to have access to Inventive Chemist, Pokey Stick, Stone Stackers, and Teeny Dactyl, all within Bandle City, all able to deal damage to our opponents directly, and then some of these able to deal damage to them on their turn between the Chemist, the Pokey Stick, and whatever you generate out of Conchologist. And so, yeah, I've been kind of interested in trying something like this here of recent, as the kind of like Bandle City swarm decks grow in popularity. You have to ask yourself the question, how do I deal with a board full of small units? And there's lots of great ways to just deal with that here, be it in the overwhelms and things like Wrath of the Freylord. And so I feel like we have the tools to deal with kind of the Bandle City menace. I have a feeling that we're going to see changes to something like Yordles in Arms. I think we're going to see changes to Golden Aegis, and a lot of this go big with giant dudes plus rally kind of strategy is probably going to take a bit of a hit. And so as the patch notes come out and the new format comes upon us, I do think that this is something that may have to be given a little bit of respect, if not specifically something like Sejuani Teemo, something within this kind of like realm of overwhelmness between the Sejuani and the Freylords, or whoever you want to go for in Noxus, be it with Darius or with Scion and all of the overwhelms over there. And so, it's something we'll keep watch on over the next few days. I think this is still going to be a reasonable deck for us today on the ladder, but then, if the likes of the Yordles in Arms and the Four Demacias and the Rallies take a hit, it's something I could definitely see shooting up and becoming a real deck. And so, in terms of gameplay, the big things we like to do with this are you're looking to hit this curve of a 2-drop into a 2-drop into a Troll Chant. And so that will be your big, activity number one. If you can start off with a Ruthless Raider, a Stone Stacker, or a Tusk Speaker, you play that on 2. On turn 3, you play another one. Then on turn 3, you get a 2-for-1 with the Troll Chant while still dealing damage to your opponent. And so that is one of the core lines we'll see with this. When it comes to the Tusk Speaker and the Stackers and the Ruthless Raider, you do want to keep in mind your Sejuani in terms of getting her leveled up. And so if it's a turn where you can attack, you typically want to be leading with the Ruthless Raider or the Stone Stackers. So if we have the attack token on turn 2, we like to lead with these. And then if we have the attack token on the odd turns, then you want to get your Tusk Speaker down, just so you can get the damage into your opponent on their attack token. Then otherwise, if you do start off with a 1, be it in Teemo or Inventive Chemist, it messes up your curve a little bit in terms of the Troll Chant, but you just have to kind of deal with it at that point. That's one of the stronger strategies in the world, is just deal with it, But otherwise, we have this early game Troll Chanty kind of package. Ancient Yeti plus Wrath of the Freylord are pretty powerful in the late game, especially when we're getting the Ancient Yeti down from when he starts in our opening hand, and then kind of the standard value package coming out of these factions. We mentioned the Troll Chant, Wallop shutting down opposing blocks when we come in with our overwhelms, Pokey Stick for the general things, and then the Three Sisters to do kind of our catch-all spellcasting. And so that's what we're doing battle with. Before we can jump in, you know what we have to do. We have to go and turn something premium, pay off on the pay-to-win lifestyle. And I thought it was somewhere down here. I was looking to go. I scrolled through this earlier just to make sure I wasn't in this space to where I was going to have to level up an epic or a champion or something. But Conchologist still hasn't got the treatment. And so this would be one of these kind of speculative plays that you could do back in the days of Hearthstone if you wanted to premium up your cards right before they got nerfed. You would get a bonus refund on them. And so, that's what we're doing for the Conchologist here today. We'll turn him premium as he's coming up to the times of being nerfed. So We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to have the patch come up, as we've said it was coming out this week for like the past 2 or 3 weeks. Just completely wrong, left and right. It's it's nice to finally be right for once, and so we get to see what's happening with it. I suspect again, like, I think Conchologist will catch a stat nerf. I'm curious more so what they do with the likes of a Loping Telescope, given that it plays, to some of Vandal City's themes, but it's not like, if you compare Conchologist to Loping Telescope, I think like one of them is really going to take the hit, and then one of them is going to be, kind of like what Vandal City does, and they're either going to allow the multi-faction card to do its thing, or they're going to allow the card generation to do its thing, and I think one of them will be nerfed more heavily than the other, but we'll see what turns up. But at any rate, it seems like our Teemo is about to get popped. That's completely okay. We aren't a full-on Teemo build-around. We're getting our aggression in a little bit here against the old Darkness deck. Getting a little bit behind in terms of leveling up our Sejuani, but it's not the end of the world. All right, Conchologist. What are you going to give for us? None of these are particularly appealing. I guess we can take the Spoils of War. We're doing, reasonable amounts of plunder things. We might get to counterspell a darkness with it, but not a super high-powered take, given our potential. All right, dude. If you wanna let it just roll into the next turn, that's okay with me. All right. Too bad with the Vile Feast. I thought Teemo was going to get to do his thing. We are still like primed and ready to get the overwhelm damage in this turn, but it's a little lacking in terms of getting Sejuani going. All right, not the greatest of turns. We can't follow up with the Spoils of War after this, or we just have to let our good unit go. But I think this is fine, especially if he's considering playing another card here. Gotta find a dude for next turn, though. Not the greatest of spaces as he's getting his Vagar going, and we can't. We've only dealt 3 damage. All right, Teeny Dactyl, get it done. you're about to eat a darkness. Sure. All right, we can Sejuani down the Vagar now, but he's not like a particularly interesting target. We do have to worry a little bit about the amount of darkness damage he can deal, but not amped about this turn, especially like if opponent has a Vengeance, we're so blown up here. But could be a choice Wrath of the Freylord on our next attack token if he just follows up with these little bros. They don't have a ton of big bros in here. I guess, well, most of their bros are fairly big in terms of 3 attack units. Well, this shuts down the 3s, right? It's the 4s that might be okay. Super fearsome, if you will. Has the Vengeance, yeah. That sucks. All right, but we get to chunk in for 4. Are we getting there? There's a world where this Wrath of the Freylord gets a kill on our next attack, especially if we draw a unit we can play here. Not quite it in the pokey stick. It's like I wonder if we ever could just like boom them with the Wrath of the Freylord. So say like opponent plays the say they played the 6 mana 4/5 lifesteal here, and we just hit it with the Entomb. Like where that leaves us. Okay, we'll pass on the pokey stick. I still kind of like envision us getting the kill next turn with the Wrath of the Freylord. Again, if he has like another Vengeance, it's not going to work out. But you know, we got our lethal here. Currently can't block. Let's see. He's got a Vengeance now, though, if he has it, right? If we get to attack and he tries to Vengeance in the middle of combat, then he can't play his unit. But like a Piercing Darkness also gets out of this. It's slightly awkward in those terms. Right, if you like Piercing Darkness is the Ruthless Raider and goes up to 18, we're still short in damage, but you know, I like having the lethal on board here. Feels good. Senna. Interesting. Oh, we don't have the mana to play around a Darkness. God, that's so close to just acing our Wrath of the Freylord. Maybe he'll do something dumb, right? the standard go-to strategy. Yeah, maybe they'll do something dumb.
Don't have any warning shots.
Oh, and the Wallop, the Have-It-Alls, that'll do it. Okay. Surprised you didn't play a Darkness there. I guess it does kind of like guarantee the win when you prevent the big attack from the Wrath of the Freylord. But on to the next one. Is this thing not turning up? Not get our record up there? We have to advertise to the world our 0-1 status. But yeah, I do dig that Wrath of the Freylord. I think he's pretty powerful. Not as like what's his name? Not as powerful as the Noxus god that makes the decimates, but still pretty good. All right, up against Rumble Scion. We'll keep the early part of our curve and then mulligan into more cheaper stuff. Right, Teemo, do your thing. Get in there. I want to play Teemo first, right? It's just if opponent has you know the Legion Marauder or whatever the thing is on the first turn, and is able to block the Chemist, it's kind of awkward. But Teemo gets the Sejuani flip started. Do we want to keep playing on curve? I don't think so. We don't have like the follow-ups. Like if we draw a 2-drop, this is going to look terrible. But if we are able to just trade for the Baboon here, then it kind of works. Okay, we get in more damage this way. Oh, I'm just bad at math. Troll Champ looks like we are the masters of everything. We did it all. We're looking quite strong. No, it's not as good here. We can protect one. We can protect the Stone Stacker, but we can't win all of the combats. All right, booming them real good. See if that Puff Cap gets the hit this turn, so we get to play our good Teeny Dactyl. No, one can dream. You know, you gotta call it out just to see if it'll happen. Okay. Lots of stuff happening, none of it too terrible. Alright. Got us for that damage. Now this is unfortunate. We really need to find a play. Losing the unit was kind of tough. So I don't really want to waste the Three Sisters here, right? Once he gets to the point to where he's like dropping Scions, this and the the Three Sisters, and then the what's it called? The stun are good ways to deal with Scion. So I don't like just throwing it away, but we have to spend some kind of mana here. Then we're going with the Flash Freeze just to bank the 1. I don't think the +3/+4 is ever going to be super relevant here. Right? If he's going to have a Get Excited or a Combat Trick or whatever, it's going to kill our unit anyways. And so let's just get the Flash Freeze in and bank 1. It's going to be like, oh, dang, dog, I got to kill this Teemo. Whoa. Interesting. Just bringing it. All right. Maybe we'll get some of these puff cap hits in. Just Teemo out here doing his thing, grinding away. He's just bringing it.
Here comes a new challenger.
Gets to play the Risen Rider as well. I think we're still good to just to lock down the Rumble. He didn't give it Spell Shield either, but I think we have to play Sejuani this turn. It's really unfortunate that we've missed on every opportunity to damage our opponent on their turn. We could have led off with the Inventive Chemist instead of Teemo to deal damage to them on their odd, but missed on every puff cap draw. Okay, probably gonna have to find like a stun, or we're gonna be in serious trouble. It's on round end. We probably still just need to throw all of our dudes down. Just trade out on whatever we can on this board. Alright, so we'll let El Rumble Reno get a hit in here. It's a little scary. This is like a space to where you can just play Scion and open kill us. But I'm not sure like how much better I'd feel if we had... I'd probably feel a lot better if we still had that Fury of the North. If we just traded away the Stone Stackers and had the Fury of the North, I'd feel a lot safer. Right? I feel like this dude's just going to make this combat and be like, Herder, here's my Rumble. Not my Rumble, my Scion, enjoy. And we threw away our answer to it. All right, so we've got him to 5. He doesn't have to worry about the Sejuani flips. I mean, I guess technically we could hit with a Puff Cap and then draw a Pokey Stick or something, but not in the cards. So I think we have to go with the Conchologist here and see if we can't get some kind of interactivity. Well, he's only got... No, he discarded Scion, so he has to have another Scion in hand. There's like 0% chance he's discarding Scion when he can't drop him to the board. Let's just go with the Wallop. A little bit safer than Stress Defense. Oh, interesting. Do we put the Teemo in combat? I mean, he could technically get hit with a Whirling Death, and so let's just go with the stun. I don't think there's no like Spell Shield kind of card you have to worry about. That's so weird. What does he discard? His Scion. Okay. All right, my dude. I feel like we did it. There come the Puff Caps. Right on time. No, those were not right on time. All right, my dude. GG. Not bad, not bad. I was ultimately worried that we were going to land on a 0 winner today, but that is not the case. We made it through. All right, on to the next one. This is weird. Yeah, no more expeditions, right? No more of those things. We won't be playing any more of that format. But it's so strange. It's like this is one of those days where it's like, I probably ought to come out here and just play some expedition if the patch is coming out and it's like, oh, we're just gonna stop with 500 and be done. But here, I'm fine with keeping the 2. I like keeping the Ancient Yetis here against Darkness. Just getting this down, pretty reasonably early always feels nice. Blows up our bro. Sad day for us, but got some decent follow-up units. You want the face sprout? I kind of like it. There's a lot of good hits in there. Like, we definitely don't want the troll chant or the troll gifts. And if we had like a spell shield sprout or something, it can be pretty good. Lets us spend all of our mana as these turns progress. I'm on board. I'm gonna go with the stone stackers for the guaranteed damage here. Might actually survive whatever they play as well. Okay, so we'll get the damage on their turn now, so it'll be good to play the Teeny Dactyl, kind of building into a good Ancient Yeti attack on our next turn.
Work the fabric, minions. Work it.
Could have played the Yeti here, but I mean, it just seems so nice to get all of this mana spent. Like, I don't care about our health. Like, falling to 17 is not a big deal, but getting the Yeti down and some of these other units down is. And we got another Teeny Dactyl. They're so decent here. It's like they're not spectacular, but they're pretty decent. We can save the Ancient Yeti for next turn. I guess with the Teeny Dactyl here, we can troll chant. So if we play the Teeny Dactyl and opponent plays Senna or whatever, we have the potential to make something work.
Hopeless, honestly. Oh, my dear. Don't have any warning shots.
What you bring in? 3 to the middle. Not a huge fan of that. Give Senna -2. So all of our dudes survive. Looks like he's kind of setting up some, smaller damage deals to take our units down, but it's going to take some mana for him to do. We're looking pretty strong on board now. Take 2 from the pterodactyls. Ancient Yeti ready to come down and get the big the big overwhelms in. I like it. Papercraft Dragon. I don't think we're going to have the time for this, but it's like if we don't take the Papercraft Dragon, we're not going to play any of these other cards, right? We're just going to play Ancient Yeti, basically all of our units. We're just going to play this turn, and then we're going to open next turn. But we're not going to play like picks or the other things, so I think that's fine. Start with the Ruthless Raider, follow up with the Teemo and the Yeti, and then try and kill with an open attack next turn. Do they really play Withering Wail? Not used to Darkness playing Withering Wail. Like, why else would he be taking everything down to 1 health? I guess the things like that make a little bit of sense, but... Okay. Bring in all the booms. This is a little scary, a little unfortunate. maybe if we were anticipating them playing like 3 Vile Feasts, we would have played the Papercraft Dragon. But yeah, this is not on my radar as the amount of shit that would be coming at us. Vile Feast, okay. Wallop, yep. Vile Feast. So we're only dealing 3 damage. It's so bad. Okay. Wow, that was quite the chain of cards coming at us. It's like it was pretty easy to anticipate that there was a lot of small damage stuff coming in, but it is pretty tough to have 3 cards to drop. Okay, well let's go ahead and deploy the papercraft so we can try and play all of our cards next turn, and then if he doesn't open with Senna and we get to stun her before she attacks, it would be pretty powerful. Keep him from getting the darkness. We still feel the same way. He's only going he's gonna get multiple darknesses because of the cheapness, right? He can play more than one. Still, like, how much is it? 3? We'll get to kill something. I think we just have to kind of accept it. But it might be a little bit better if we let him just gain the 4 health. Let's wall up the Senna and keep the additional darknesses from coming down. Right, so the 3 damage one. Is it really already highlighting our Ancient Yeti? But the 3 damage one can only kill the Chemist, so it's not nearly as scary here. Okay.
Turn it against them.
The Ruthless Raider. Alright, let's see what the Wrath of the Freylord does. Interesting. Like we kind of mentioned in that previous game, he can, play fast spells in the middle of combat, but he's not going to be able to block with his Spiderlings. Now that we're in the middle of combat, right? The fast spells won't happen until the Wrath of the Freylord gets through. The Senna thing. Okay. Probably just dead at this point, but we can still get maybe some value out of the Papercraft Dragon to try and close.
Getting dark.
It's got a Overwhelm and a Double Striker. It's gonna be our path to victory. All right, something good, game. Group Shot could be okay. Entreat is kind of scary. Like, if it draws Sejuani, then it's kind of fine. But if it draws Teemo, then it feels pretty terrible. I think we just want to go for the Group Shot here. It's only got 2 cards in hand. I mean, his last card needs to be a kill card, or this Group Shot will take down his Senna. Like, it sucks to be losing our board, but gives us a way out.
The winter's claw strikes.
Only got the 1 card. It's not a darkness, and so it's tough to tell what Dark Ball Bepcolite. Fuck.
Bring me your darkness, my
Well, it's not going to lethal us this turn, but ooh, it's only 3 damage. Well, it'll be 4 damage after the Twisted Cat. No, our guy has tough. Okay, okay. We might get there. Might get there. He's highlighting the thing, right? It's only going to take it down to 2 health. Did we do it, fam? Are we there? Oh, man. I think we might have done it. The game felt like super far out of reach. It's playing Withering Whales, too. People don't normally play Withering Whale, right? Oh, I don't think so. His deck list isn't on the history thing, but can't remember. Doesn't seem like something we usually run into. Okay. We'll just take the rest of the damage. The open is all that matters. You know, if he can interact with this Ruthless Raider, then he'll win. If the Ruthless Raider gets through, then we'll win. That'll blast for like 10. Take him to neg 3. Nice. GG, team. Way to get that victory. Okay. Mark it up to the 2 and 1. Boom. All right. Next battle. All right. Battle number 4. Yeah, that darkness matchup doesn't feel very good. you can certainly win it, and I'm certainly happy that we picked up that that Papercraft Dragon in that game. But that's a tough one there. We did play a bit of the Papercraft Dragon with Sejuani. We did that maybe, I don't know, 10 videos ago. It's definitely a thing, but wanted to try something a little bit different. All right, reasonable enough start. The Donger, the Gnar, and the Donger coming right at us. All right. So do we actually want to be leading with this Inventive Chemist? It's tough, right? It was kind of nice to be getting the Scrappy Bomb on our opponent's turn, to where if we play it on our turn 2, then it doesn't do anything. I mean, we have a turn 2 play for this game, but it was slightly awkward in the past. Ooh, we're gonna be leveling up these Sejuanis fast. Okay. Not the coolest thing anyone's ever done, but it's manageable. All right, now we're back to our attack token, so we'll play the Ruthless Raider. We'll have the Tusk Speaker for the next turn. We don't need it for next turn. We've got the Scrappy Bomb on board anyways, but I think this is still the ordering we want to take. If we want to force a damage, then we still have it. Uh-oh. It's playing the group shot. Here comes the Teemo. Look out, my dude. Oh, sad face. Let's bring it. Let's bring an emote. Cupcake it. God, that's the best emote in the game. I don't know. I don't know why people don't use it more, but easily the best one in the game. Dude brings in Gnar. Don't have a great answer to him. This is kind of one of these spaces to where he's going to get the Pokey Stick regardless, but there is a world where he wants to play the Pokey Stick on Teemo. So I think like we're cool to drop Conchologist and like block. Brittle Steel. I don't mind if I do. That just comes in and shuts everything down. Oh man, this is going to be choice. Getting Gnar with the Brittle Steel. We're just going to sit around and read the patch notes for the rest of the day. Oh, this is going to be big. Okay. He had to pivot. That's fine. Just the day of sadness for Gnar, the Brittle Steel coming in. We're gonna read those patch notes later and just see how bad he feels. That's a Gnar wallop as well. Okay. So if we want to take down the Gnar, we don't have to do it right now. I guess we can see where he sends his Pokey Stick, but it's like if we want to drop the Teeny Dactyl, then we have to Pokey Stick this turn, or we can't Pokey Stick this turn. And this play is going to be a bit of a disaster if he sends the Pokey Stick to face, and then we don't have the option to shoot down the Gnar. Okay. Alright, so slightly awkward for the Teeny Dactyl. We don't have a way to get it to flip next turn unless we hit a Puff Cap, but pretty strong nonetheless. That has to be good. He's not adding to the board and just playing time tricks. I dig it. Plaza Guardian. we don't even play you in Expedition. Okay, I'm gonna go for the kill next turn. We'll just take this damage. I want to get the stone stackers down, and we'll stun something with the wallop. Let's do one. It's like kind of a bad space if we attack, he gets a block, and he has a removal spell. And so I think we can be in kind of the space here to where we make him decide if he wants to add to board or if he wants to shoot down our units. And if he decides to add to board, we might get to end the game with these wallops. So I think this is okay. Assembly line is not ideal. So where does that leave us? If let's say he has no more cards, we stun one, he gets to put the block onto the teeny dactyl, then he's taking... Okay, he's taking lethal if he doesn't have another card. It's not unreasonable to think he doesn't have another card. He's already played some Mystic Shots and some Pokey Sticks. Deck is very expensive and he only has 2 mana, so this might work out. GG. Well done, team. Three and 1, 75% win rate. Whoa, huge sample size, huge. All right, so who's ready for me to start talking about Fast and the Furious again? I was pretty tempted to go in and watch it again. I did get like a little bit upset with myself. Like I have the collection on DVD. You know, it comes in this sweet like tire, and it has all, I don't know, 7 of them up to that point in the tire. It's really awesome, but it's on DVD, which isn't awesome. This is 2022. Nobody wants to be watching Vin Diesel in 480p. And so it's like I have to make the decision. Do I want to like get these all on Blu-ray? I don't feel like I should have to do it. I feel like they should just give me a Blu-ray copy at this point. But it's tough. Like I don't know. Like I'm gonna be in the mood to fire up, you know, Fast 4 or something, and it's not gonna be in the appropriate quality. Hopefully it's on HBO or something. But anyways, what's this guy doing? Fizz Elise? What is this stuff? Unto Dusk and Electro Harpoons? I don't know. Is this like a combo or something I'm not aware of? Huh. This is just like a burn deck. Huh. I mean, I don't feel like we need this Teemo. He's not going to be doing a ton. It's just like the question is, are we the control deck in this matchup? And I think we actually are. So I'm going to throw the Teemo in front of this. We'll get started with probably the Conchologist next turn, so we could have a little bit of interactivity. And then we'll give up on you know, trying to level this Sejuani quickly. Ice Shard, is that going to be choice? I mean, he's got big stack of 1 health units in his deck, but we could probably do the same with the Prowling Projectile, and then still boost one of our own units in the process.
Come closer. I don't bite.
Okay, we'll wait. I want to play this a little slow. Like, if he gets a Spiderling, it's not that big of a deal, but I think we can pull off something here. Get into a little bit of shenanigans. No, he's just going to open. It's odd seeing him play the 3 mana card generation thing.
Easy does it.
Okay, I feel much safer now. Especially like if we pick up a 2-drop here, this will be pretty choice, getting to use the Troll Chant. There he is.
I bring music and war.
All right. Well, we're just gonna have to do the troll chant. He's gonna say he's gonna Elise our conchologist, but we still get to deliver some damage to Elise. So if we want to play the if we want to play the maybe prowling projectile next turn and take Elise down, we can do it. But he's gonna have to have like another trick or something to just stop the damage going on to her. Beautiful, beautiful. Looks good. Let's get that Elise out of here. Ooh, that was a stalking shadowed 2-1. It's a little, just a little bro. And the Doom Beast. Sure. Alright, so I mean, it's not like super ideal, but it's not a terrible turn. More drains. It's a little scarier. Bringing all them burns in. Man, the sickest of burns coming right at us. I think we need to prevent the damage from this thing. Again, like, we're the control deck here. Let's just get the shutdown on this while we can. And then hope our bigger units will carry us through. Something cool. Teeny Dactyl is interesting. I think I'm good to just attack here. Follow up with the Teeny Dactyl. We need to bank a bit of mana if we want to get these three sisters going. And it just kind of feels like we'll be able to get a big board next turn. Like, he may not realistically even block with this this Doom Beast, depending on, you know, kind of the Nightfall status of the cards in his hand. I guess if he already has all the Unto Dusks, then it makes sense to make a block, but some potential there. Got him to 14. Get the pterodactyl up in his business. Gotta be closing on our next attack, though.
Wondrous discoveries await below.
He's gained a ton of health, though. He got 6 drains then on us. That was a lot of work coming from the Doom Beast. I think we might just have to like proactively entomb something here. It's not very good, not by any means, but we got to spend all this mana somewhere. We can. It takes 10 mana to double Fury of the North next turn, which we can do. We'll have 11 mana next turn, but them playing 3 Conchologists, I don't feel like the likelihood of our overwhelm attacks making it. Very good chance that he picked up a stun or a stress defense or something to try and shut it down. This is interesting. Take the 2. I mean, let's see what he's got in his pocket here. And take us to 7. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and Fury of the North this pterodactyl. He's out of mana at this point, right? We don't want our unit getting hit with like a unspeakable horror is what his deck is playing, but we don't want this dum-dum taking damage preemptively, and then we'll still have the 10 mana to play the double Fury of the North next turn. Don't currently even need to. This is lethal right here, but we've got it should we need it. Punch it, right? That's what you got to say. That's what you got to say in the lands of in the Fast and the Furious. Slap on the NOS, punch it, get into 5th. Holy shit! How many spells does this guy have? Yordle Portal, okay. This is gonna be lame. I can already tell. We punched it, dude. We slapped the NOS. Pokey stick to face, alright. Unspeakable horror to face. Game. Blouses. GG. Punched it. I knew we could do it. Oh man, so fast, so furious. All right, where are we at? 4-1. Looks pretty good. 5 games in. We'll do 3 more. I like the space of doing 8 games. It feels like we get a nice little sample in without taking up all of your day, and so we'll do 3 more battles. Poor Chip. Malphite lopping Chip into the lakes. I wonder when Chip's going to get the upgrade. I mean, he doesn't need it, right? A 3/3 for 1 mana is a pretty good deal. He's just not currently a good format for old Chip to be running around in. But maybe one day he'll get the bonuses. All right, what do we got here? Darkness again. Everybody's playing Darkness today. You are lame. This is like the last go at it before the new patch comes out, and everybody's not playing for the memes. I don't know, guys. That's not the way I would do it. I would fire up the Yetis and the Sejuanis and get in there. All right, we're bringing it. How much y'all want to bet this guy doesn't even have any premium cards? That's my guess here. You're gonna see it. He's gonna look at that Twisted Catalyzer. Status of premium is not. Learn from the best. All right, let's keep playing on curve. We're not going to get any sweet troll chant plays here, but it's fairly tough for him to play a bunch of relevant units here. So, like, do we just attack with everything? I'm pretty sure that's going to be okay. Vile Feast, sure. Empty board takes him to 16. Not fantastic. I was hoping to have something survive, but we will at least get the Scrappy Bomb off the flipped Teeny Dactyl here. Wrath of the Freylord's ready for battle. Oh shit. I didn't realize that was a 3 damage one. I thought we were just gonna come in and boom it. We should have played the Ancient Yeti. That was a little sloppy. Little sloppy. Right, get him down to 12. Slowly chipping away. It's something to do. Picking up all this top end was not ideal. Wallop isn't exactly what I was isn't exactly what I had in mind as our something to do card. Let's just prevent it all. Get our bro back up to 5 health. Ready to do battle in the future. Not dying to any upcoming darknesses. Is okay. Gotta spend this mana on something, right? Is there a world where he plays cards that matter? I think we should probably be able to get in with this Tusk Speaker. Like, this is our last turn to play cards, right? Because next turn we're playing Wrath of the Freylord. 2 turns from now we're playing Wrath of the Freylord. It should be relatively safe. Even getting this chunk in for 2 damage is pretty decent. And it's like I don't think it's worthwhile to drop the wallop on this. We still get in for 2 damage. I think where we'll run into problems now is if he like plays a Senna, I would really like to be able to stop a lot of his card advantage from happening. But that is good seeing the one Vengeance come down. Makes me feel a little bit safer with our Wrath of the Freylords. Oh shit, Bus. you bring in the big boys. What's his darkness up to now? This will take it up to 4. Let's just take it.
I will shape death as
Plays the Ixtali after combat. Okay. See it. I see it. So many booms. Look at that. God. I don't know if I've ever boomed so hard. So let's see. I mean, we've got this oh, we're good. We've got this stun on the Ixtali to chunk through for 1,000,000 damage. I think we're gonna get it. RIP. Mark it a W in the bust column. Cool. We're even gonna get out of this this set of games with a winning record. Go us. Getting all the LPs. Give me all them LPs, Riot. I don't know what it takes to get into seasonals. I just kind of assumed we'd do it. It seems like they have seasons to where they let like 500 people into seasonals, and then there's not even that many people in Masters on the shard, so it's like everybody that hits Masters get in. Or maybe it was just like the people that were above 0 LP Masters all just got into seasonals. I don't know. I don't know how much work it takes. Like, in terms of Hearthstone, I knew how much work it took to get inside of, top 2,000, top 1,000, top 200, top 100. But this is our first go in the Masters territory of Runeterra, and so I don't know what the breakpoints really feel like. I just feel like we should be able to do it without too much effort. I don't know. But all right, what are we up against here? Ezreal, Gnar. Everybody's getting their the last of their Gnar in before before the nerfs come in. I think he's gonna like get something right. I don't know to what degree the Gnar pain is going to be coming in. I think he's definitely gonna lose quick attack on his flip, but then that might just be the extent of it. I don't know. It's like it's one of those spaces to where. I don't know. The quick attack in general on him doesn't feel very, very fun. And the kind of the problem I had with Gnar was he doesn't feel like I don't feel like his front, his level 1 feels like a ranged attacker. That was always kind of what I thought Gnar was in League. Was he? Is this? Double pokey stick? Sure. Was he was, kind of like a ranged boomerang thrower poke champion on his front, and then he was the big brawler Mega Gnar form on his flip, or on his level up, whatever they call it. Whatever they call it in League. Whatever you do when your champion does its big thing. But this is awkward turn. Let's just play the other chemist. It's like we're not going to get a good troll chant into what he has. But, it feels like with the vulnerable and the Gnar growing and turning into Mega Gnar, that feels, the level 2 feels right. It just doesn't feel like with the level 1 that it has that that poke champion aesthetic. In my opinion. Just calling it how I see it. Ooh, that was not a great draw. Got to get a lot going with this Sejuani. She's gonna be flipped on our next attack, but well, let's at least spend the mana. We losing our Sejuani is not ideal. Not ideal in the least. Need something good. She got Conchologist. All right, let's take the Pokey Stick. It's got a target, and we need to draw some stuff. It's a Pokey Stick. No complaints. But yeah, as I was talking about with the Conchologist and the and the telescope earlier, right? I think if they want, Vandal City to be like a card generation manifest kind of thing, that the Conchologist might get to stay like a 2/1. And then if they want to push the push the multi-faction kind of stuff, then Loping Telescope might get to stay, and Conchologist gets the hurt. But back to the game here. I mean, I guess I can live with doing Troll Chant stuff this turn. It's like I don't really want his Gnar to generate the Pokey Stick, but we don't get the Fury of the North if we're gonna use our Three Sisters here. All right, let's let him do whatever he's gonna do with Gnar. Save the Fury thing for our next attack, and see if we can't just deal with Gnar. He's not going to be flipped this turn, right? He hasn't dealt any damage to our face, so we might be reasonably safe with this angle. Ooh, Sejuani. Girl, I thought you forgot all about us. Okay. So he's got the Shellfolk on board. I've never been able to figure out what these decks are doing, but I feel like as long as we go into our next turn, we'll be okay. Like, if they get to untap and start doing stuff, then we're going to be running into problems, but if we go to next turn, this is fine, right? He's not going to be generating too much stuff with just 1 mana. Gonna get some more pranks, I guess. This is one of the most annoying decks in the world. Like, I don't know what it does. They're just doing stuff with Curious Shellfolk. In my experience, it feels like they just play like dozens and dozens of cards that just don't actually do anything. Just a mountain of not fun to play against. That's just my hard-hitting analysis. But we'll see what we do. We should be able to pretty reasonably get the Sejuani flips. And so it's like I'm going to attack with Teemo, then Sejuani, and then our other 2 Kai, so that we can hopefully punch through the damage we need here. Yes, everything's going to be shrunk. So I'm sure they'll have some annoying cards here, but hopefully we can make our way through this. He needs quite a bit. It's like he has to tell us what he wants to hit with his stuns before we have to play our Fury of the North, and so we might be able to get a pretty safe. Okay, so we can't stun us anymore. Teemo should just be winning the game here. He can only deal 2 mana worth of stuff. Alright. I guess he could, like, Mystic Shot down our... Oh, we didn't have Troll Chant mana here. I was going to say, I guess he could... Okay, does that matter? Does he get to Flash Freeze with that? Because it's a generated card? No? Okay. It has to be random, doesn't it? The random stuff is what that annoying-ass card does. Alright. Alright. 6-1. Going into our final battle. Not a bad little day in the old Masters bracket. So let's get to it. See what we face. Probably be darkness again. Probably be darkness again. All right, the easy Caitlyn. Got it. All right, so something like this. Hang on to the Teemo and the Conchologist. Look for some cheap plays. This is kind of one of these matchups to where I wouldn't be upset to. I wouldn't be upset to have like a troll chant opening where we just like don't play the Teemo, then we play a 2/2 and a troll chant. They tend to get pretty wide on the board fairly early with their little spider makers and such, but we'll see. And then we want to play the Chemist on our attack token, right? So that way we hit on our opponent's turn instead of our turn. So let's lead out with Teemo here. I'm okay with playing in, well, the Teemo should get to attack in anyways, right? So let's go ahead and add the Chemist. If he plays like the, oh, he just doesn't do anything. I was going to say, if he plays like a Spider, then this feels kind of okay. If he, because we'd still get to go in with the Teemo. If he has the Mystic Shot here, it's fine. We still get to chunk in with the Chemist damage. I'm a little skeptical of adding the Teemo here, because they do have some AoE stuff, and so if he has a static shock, he can kind of pick on our 1 health units, but I'm really wanting to be mana efficient here. What do we got? Something cool? Heroic Refrain is probably it. Let us win a combat and chunk in some damage on another one. Okay. Shared Spoils is pretty tempting. There's not going to be a lot of targets for the group shot, and then the way that he's kind of sequencing stuff, I think that we might he might not play a unit here. He played a unit. He did it. He did it. He boomed us. All right. So we'll at least definitely hit with the Scrappy Bomb. Be able to Shared Spoils next turn. I don't really want to have to play the Yeti. We play the Yeti if we have to play the Yeti, but I would rather Shared Spoils into another unit and then let the Yeti continue to cheapen up. We're going to play this and then just draw like an 8-drop, but... No, our Yeti! F. That's a bummer. We spent a lot of time investing in him. WNG LeFairy generating the bummers. All right, so let's see what happens here. I'm not opposed to just like trading the Tusk Speaker with the Aloof Travelers. We can't use the mana if we want to get the Teeny Dactyl on board. Kind of same deal here. I do expect this Pharaoh's Financier might be seeing a bit of the nerf stick. He feels a little OP to me. But this guy's big, right? Let's just drop it. Got a lot of stats. Interesting. All right, he's letting us bring it. It will be brought. I think he's gonna like Ravenous Flock our Teeny Dactyl, which is it's fine. We're getting in for 5 damage this turn, and then we should be ready for a big Three Sisters boom on our next attack. Okay. Got him all the way down to 8. Sure. Ooh, not a bad hit. That's I don't know if he'll make his way up to the Enlightened, but hitting the lifesteal unit's pretty big. And of course we draw an 8-drop. Of course. I think we're just gonna have to entomb something this turn. Yeah, I don't think we can go into the next turn without spending a 5-6 mana. And then if we play the if we play the Wrath of the Freylord next turn, it should be pretty tough for them to deal with. Uh-oh, making emotes. Let's go with Echo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my dude. The Freylord is about to bring their wrath. It's going to be his beam. I was like, here comes the thermogenic beam, like right before we play the Wrath of the Freylord. It's going to be choice. Alright, but he's got our Teemo. That's fine. Our Wrath should be amply protected now. Right? He can 10 damage him with the thermogenic beam, but we have the Troll Chant. What's it gonna be? I feel like the thunder is incoming. There we go. Bring the emotes. Now he's rethinking his plans. What do you do now, my dude? I hope this isn't something lame like a spider. That wouldn't be fun. I can't block. If you had a stun spider, that would not have been ideal. Alright, here comes some Ravenous Flock type cards. Scorched Earth? Oh no. Is this the proper Echo? What a lame-o. Scorched Earth. Boo. Now we're going to have to deal with this. Oh my gosh, we hit him with 2 puff caps down to 1. Now we're going to have to deal with this Emerald Awakener. Oh man. Oh man. It's time for more emotes. Alright, see if we can't get rid of this dum-dum. Don't want him around next turn. Surprised to see the Emerald Awakener come in for the attack. It's like he's pretty far away from lethal here. Don't think he's going to be doing a ton. Progress day. Alright. There's the puff cap. Cupcake. Nice. Okay. A little 7-1 set of games. Not a bad day at the office. And so we can get the deck list pulled up. Talk about it a little bit more. And so yeah, like I don't feel like there were a ton of changes that I would want to make with that deck. The only things that we ran into that were fairly awkward were we had some games to where we drew three sisters. Shouldn't happen too common. I mean, it happened to us, but it's not a very common thing. I was pretty happy with the 2 Wrath of the Freylords. That kind of feels like the number that people are happy with when we're looking at decks that play Captain Farron. And I feel like 2 was good here. I definitely like the Ancient Yetis way more than all of the other kind of mid-game big overwhelm options like the Transform Udyr looking guy and the non-played guys like the Ancient thing, 7/6 overwhelm, relevant and expedition 6-drop. I think, anyways, I think the kind of mid game overwhelms the Ancient Yeti is the best one, especially these games to where you get to just play it for 2 and 3 mana. It's such a incredibly powerful deal. And so we're all good with that. In terms of the upcoming nerfs and what's going to happen to us, changes onto Conchologist for this deck aren't a big deal unless Riot does like. If Riot makes Wallop cost 4 mana, that's unfortunate, but I think I would still play Conchologist. If they make Conchologist a 1/1 or a 1/2 or a 2/1, definitely still playing it. If they make it cost 3 mana, that's where it starts to be a different story. And so, you guys get to see the patch notes while this video is in progress. And so, if any of that stuff happened, kind of keep that in mind as you look at this. Otherwise, I don't suspect too many of these cards will see changes. Like Wallop again, I don't think Wallop is going to be the nerf we see like in regards to Gnar, and kind of like historically what Riot has done is they did make it rain cost 3 mana before, and they made note that we realize what a nerf this is to Misfortune being her flip card, and we take this with a extra grain of impact, or however you would want to describe that. But Wallop being attached to Gnar, I don't think that incoming change would be to Wallop, although I do feel like it plays too much into Bandle City doing everything, and so I wouldn't be upset to see it be nerfed. And so it'll all depend, but at least these cards that we're talking about here, the Pokestip, the Wallop, the Conchologist, those aren't the core to the ideal here, right? This is at its heart a Sejuani deck. We're playing the Bandle City for Teemo, the Inventive Chemist, and the Stone Stackers, and the Teeny Dactyl having impact and all being good units. The Conchologist and the Pokestick and the Wallop are kind of the supporting cast, and so it is kind of tough for the incoming nerfs to weaken this deck too much. And if it does, and if it's something that's not relevant after the patch comes out, it's something that may be worth revisiting after another set comes out, and you get to kind of replace some of these incidental cards, or maybe we get another good impact unit or something. There could be lots of interesting things going on there. But that is going to do it for us today. Hope everyone enjoyed the games. You learned how to punch it a little bit harder. Maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.